Howdy folks, Doc here with Last Best Tool, and this is the Roaring Fire Pack Mule Mini tool roll. Stuffed a bunch of things in it. I thought I'd show you this because if you want something that's bigger than small and smaller than big, this is actually a great design. Sells for about 65, 66 bucks on Amazon. The features of it are really next level. Now, Roaring Fire makes a lot of wax canvas gear. Really elegant stuff, innovative, excruciatingly useful. And in fact, one of their backpacks has been my kind of daily driver. But I have done some of their tool roll videos in the past, and I thought I'd show you this guy here. So, first of all, let's get a couple of quick measurements. End to end, we're looking at about 21 inches. That direction, and then this direction here, about 10 inches. So it's not huge. Now, you might notice everything's contained in here when I open it up. So start on the top here. What I've got are 8 different pockets and 11 little elastic loops right here, plus one fixed zipper pocket here. And just to show you some examples of the tools I could easily drop in. Some people, now I've set it up for tools. People have used things like this for EDC, for their electronic gear, if they're a road warrior, for collectibles, all kinds of things. But to me, this is a good average size or smaller tool roll. Nothing huge. But very functional. Goes right to the core of what you're carrying. Now, on this end, I've thrown in like a snap-on screwdriver and bits. You could put anything in here. I'll measure the zipper here so you can see. So I'm about 8 inches on this zipper on this side. So I could easily drop most tools in there if I wanted, or even a set of wrenches would be great there. YKK zippers, I mentioned that, but that is one of the reasons that I really like this company. Many companies just cheap out on zippers, and yet those are the critical things that often go out. If I flip this guy over, on the other side, here's the carry strap. What do I have? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pouches here that are all, a little loud there, sorry about that, removable, which also means I can, stack them a little differently if I want. And so I've got some examples of things you can fit into these. Here's an entire socket rail, pretty snug, but it does fit. 3/8 sockets. Or of course I could just drop sockets in. You can do screwdrivers, you can do wrenches, knives, lighting. Down here, some smaller examples. And this one I threw in one of my snap-on magnets because then I can toss small parts in here. And remember, these just come off. So again, the EDC world, you could have your individual kits if you want. That first aid kit, fire kit, cutting, water purification, whatever it is, you could build that around something like this. But anyway, simple design, especially for the price. The waxed canvas is such a nice touch. You can see elegant stitching all the way around. They've spent some time doing this. The close-up on this, there's plenty of room still. I could add more to this. By the way, you can just fold it and roll it if you want. You don't have to zip it if you were in a hurry, but that just keeps everything locked in, especially when you're flipping it around. Start at this end, make a couple of rolls, and then there are anchored buckles on one side and then these straps on the other, which you could also use to hang it. Snap those. You can see it's got a pretty hefty diameter depending on what you want to stuff into the thing, and then you can cinch it down. It's a lot more functional than many of the tool rolls I've dealt with. Probably going to do a lot more with tool rolls here in the next month or so. But anyway, there it is, solid design, and now you've got carry strap on this end, and then go handle there. Beautiful little tool roll. So the Roaring Fire Pack Mule Mini. That's because they have a Pack Mule that's larger, and then they also have smaller ones that I've dealt with. But anyway, there it is. Put a link below to see it on Amazon. It's a fairly new item from Roaring Fire, so they are really looking for ideas and then how to express those. And they did it here. And with that, Doc out.